presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has faulted the Nigerian government's proscription of the indigenous people of Biafra Ipob as a terrorist organization. Obi, who spoke while featuring on Channels TV, said that Ipob was neither a terrorist organization nor was its members terrorists. The Anambra State-born businessman and former governor of the state maintained that Ipob members did not constitute a threat to the country. Obi said, "The only thing I disagree with is naming Ipob terrorists. They are not terrorists. Those who took the decision may have information that I don't have. I stay in Onitsha and I can tell you that they are people I pass on the road every day. I meet and live with them. In fact, I usually see people gathering and I never had the sense of threat or molestation from them, even when they gather." Recall that in January 2017, shortly after the Southeast Governors Forum led by Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi was pressured by the President Muhammadu Buhari to ban the activities of Ipob, the Federal High Court in Abuja proscribed Ipob as a terrorist organization. Ipob appealed challenging the ruling. The ex parte judgment by Justice Abdul Kafarati proscribing the separatist organization is still pending before an appeal court in Abuja. Justice Kafarati had on September 20, 2017 made the order proscribing Ipob and designating it a terrorist group upon an ex parte application by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami. The judge had, while justifying the issuance of the proscription order in chambers following an ex parte application, was in accordance with the provision of the Terrorism Prevention Act. He said, "I hold that the ex parte application by the Attorney General of the Federation was properly brought. The indigenous people of Biafra can sue and be sued in Nigeria. I so hold." He also held that hearing the AGF's motion ex parte did not violate the group's rights to fair hearing, rights to freedom of assembly and freedom of expression. According to the judge, the procedure adopted by the court in hearing and issuing the ex parte order was as provided for in Section 21 of the Terrorism Prevention Act. It held that the AGF met all the requirements for the filing of the motion, including exhibiting the presidential order proscribing the organization. The memo of the president was attached to the application as Exhibit 11A, he ruled. But Ipob had denied the terrorist tag by the Nigerian government. However, Obi in the interview backed the claims that members of the group are not terrorists. Several Igbo leaders didn't share the terrorist tag on Ipob by the federal government. Meanwhile, security agencies have killed several Igbo youth and hundreds disappeared without trace since 2017 under the pretext that Ipob was an unlawful organization. Yes, and that is how it has been. We've always said it. It is the Buhari and his gang that tagged them a terrorist group. But Fulani S-men, no, they will not tag them terrorist group. And more so, Buhari has been trying his best. And I've said it several times for as many who care to listen, and I've been saying it on this platform, that if you see a terrorist group, I can't see just like Obi said, I can't see an Ipob, oh, you're an Ipob member, I will not be running tiki. If you prove me wrong, this Nnamdi Kanu, that is their leader, I've said it several occasions, this one a terrorist leader, will be say before he was kidnapped back to Nigeria, he was going from one country to, he was not even going to African country, because a lot of people were surprised that how come he was arrested in Kenya. This, when you talk about the country who is who, if he was a terrorist organization, terrorist leader or a terrorist himself, he was in what is it called? You tell me that UK will not leave him, because he was in the UK before he went to Kenya. He was going to US, he was going to Europe countries, he was going to Canada, he was going to all over the place in the world before he went to Kenya. Why is it that that was my question? Why is it that this man has not been arrested? Or you want to tell me that they are not aware? Even up to today, Buhari is trying his best, begging the international communities to proscribe Ipob, a terrorist group, and they have refused. Like I said, that singular reason, because Nigeria has been shouting on top of their roof, oh, IPOB, they are terrorist group, they are this, they are this, they are that, they are this, they are that. But Nnamdi Kanu has been going from one country to another. Why did they not arrest him? Why was this man arrested? That took the Gumi's aide that was arrested in Egypt. Why was it repatriated back? Why? But in Nigeria, they didn't do anything. It took the intervention of the Egyptian government to be able to say this guy, they had some information and all of that. So what are we talking about? I know a lot of people are going to come out, hey, this, and you can say whatever. If Obi wins, it's fine. Concern anybody. The world will still move on. It will go back to its usual business. That does not mean that if we will see the truth, we will not be able to say it. Oh, because I want to be this, I don't want them to not say I don't want vote. Just like the way Atiku behaved during that Deborah incident that was killed in Sokoto. Gumi has been there. He has been vomiting rubbish, vomiting all manner of nonsense. What did they do to him? So if you say you are not going to vote for him and you believe that this man, these people are terrorist group, and the federal government, unless you are just being economical with the truth. You are economical with the truth. They know, but because of their evil plans and agenda against our people, they quickly tag Ipob terrorists, thinking that the world will follow up. Exactly. It's simple to understand. Just give the dog a bad name so that killing him won't attract condemnation and consequences. The end will justify the means. May God bless Peter Obi, Nnamdi Kanu, and all with good conscience. It is idiotic for any person to say Ipob members are terrorists. They live in USA, UK, and many other countries. It is only in Nigeria that APC government thinks they are terrorist group. Buhari and his government are the people designating Ipob as terrorist organization. They are not terrorists. Ipob has branches, offices all over the world. I didn't even say that. I was even talking about Nnamdi Kanu because I was kind of I say Abego. Man, wait to. See now this one they say he be terrorist, and UK they live, huh? All these European countries, they live, just they go free entry and exit. I remember when he went to Germany. I remember when he went to Canada. He went to the US and all of this. So all these people, they hear words. Say this guy now waiting. I say I beg. You see the enthusiasm and the zeal that you will see in Malami when it comes to Ipob and Yoruba Nation. See what they did to Igboho now. See all of it, just like that. Everyone knows they are not terrorists, including APC. Another reason why he won't win the presidency, unlike Soludo, is equivocal. Okay, now leave Hannah Shona by that one. Well, sorry, what is Ipob? I mean, can you describe its full meaning? Go to school, you refuse. See your life? Even though he calls them terrorists, you still won't vote for him. His only crime is because he's an Igbo man. Yeah, imbecile. Hope you have taken your medics. You have only one vote. Too many reasons for your candidate to lose. Buhari and his government are the people designating Ipob a terrorist group. Ipob is not a terrorist group. It is hoodlums who hid under the influence of Ipob to perpetrate evil acts. And Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of Ipob, is not the leader of the Igbo people. No, is Nnamdi Kanu the leader of Biafra? He's only drawing support for a Biafra nation through Ipob group. Let those illiterates and who are misconcepting themselves out of hatred get this to their sense and think more. You will live long, sir. You are the type of man we want as our president. Obedience is better than sacrifice. It's even more dangerous to live in the same room with Buhari than living with Ipob member, because Ipob member will fight and defend against Buharism. Buhari that meets and negotiates with the real terrorists, Boko Haram, ISWAP, S-Men, bandits, unknown gunmen. What has happened to him? All the people eating and dining with terrorists and those giving them chieftaincy titles. This country is abnormal. You people are not ready for change. Some want to make progress, others want to remain poor, retrogressive, and underdeveloped. The question I keep asking is that how many court cases are federal government of Nigeria won against the Ipob that they are calling terrorists? It's very obvious this man and his Ipob conspirators has mission. Nigeria government will never fail victim of Taliban type candidates. We are waiting for them in 2023. When Buhari was he was even the patron. Did you not vote for him? Did you not vote for him? Well, which method have they tried, and in how many of them have you caught them before? I pray that careless words won't put you into wahala before you change. So Nigerian governments are now the ones that will teach people like the United Nations, United Kingdom, and United States of America who is a terrorist. So what you are telling me now is that Oduduwa agitators are also terrorist group. Only truth can set us free. I think recently the UN came out and said, release this man unconditionally. So what are we talking about? Release him unconditionally because he has not done anything. You arrested him unlawfully. Have they listened? They didn't listen. The Buhari government did not listen at all. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.